and thanks for watching. Today I'm working more on the stock market model, so I'll briefly go over what I have. So this is what I've done previously. I got data, cleaned data, did a basic analysis, defined a universe, and then implemented this into a LGBM model. That's light gradient boosting method. Then I incorporated that into this is getting about 51.5% directional accuracy. I then incorporated that into a portfolio strategy and found that the fewer number of stocks I was picking, the better it performed. This is picking the bottom N volatility stocks, so N equals 500, underperforming S&P, N equals 100, basically equals the S&P. N equals 20, it's outperforming S&P, and N equals 1, it's even better. And then I looked at the Sharpe ratios and did an analysis on different thresholds and I found that using a higher threshold increased the Sharpe ratio. That's basically it on that. And so the problem with this is I have a lot of files. So on the left is what the current structure looks like for the code base. So I have to, anytime I want to change how I get the stock universe, train the model, or incorporate the portfolio, I need to make a new script, which is then going to make it so that by the time I get a working model, I'm going to have hundreds of scripts and not know what's where. And so now I need to, since this worked, but it only worked if I'm picking a low number of stocks and thresholding it. This is a fragile, weak strategy. So we need something more robust. And to do that, I need to really prototype and try a bunch of different models. So that's what I'm doing here. Yesterday on the right side. And so this is all going to go into two different classes, which will then feed the model. And then generate output of the model. And that's going to make it so that everything's going to be stored in a few code files. There's these, and then there's other files for getting the data and stuff. But I'll be able to have basically 3 or 4 code files that are running everything. And once I have that, I'll be able to rapidly iterate and try different models and get something that gets, currently I have 51.5% directional accuracy, picking if the stock's going to go up or down. I'd like to get that up to like 53% or 54%. And then I'll have something that works a lot better. So this is incorporating a bunch of the features. They seem to all work, but I saw that in the data I wasn't accounting for stock splits. So I wrote this, this here is the code I wrote to account for stock splits, but I was using data that was saved in a file that before I had written this. And so that's why you have this big drop. It's kind of hard to see, but there's this big violent drop in Apple stock. And really, that's not physical. That's not something that really happened. And I proved it here by looking at Tesla over the same period where I fixed the data. In the data file I was using, you see the output on the right. This is clearly the teal line here where splits are not accounted for. So that was kind of the proof. I tried fixing at the Apple stock 2 nights ago, and it wasn't working. And then last night I finally fixed it so that it was working properly. So yeah, that's basically that. And so now I'm working on adding all of these features to the data set. Things in green are things that I have not highlighted, I still have to get. So I kind of need to formulate a strategy for how I'm going to do this. Because lots of these were easily integrated with, what's it called? TAlib. So almost all of these except for log return and volatility I was getting with TAlib. And so here's the scripts I have. So I started out writing these classes inside of this script, features.py. I got a lot of them, but the problem is this is taking a really long time to calculate the variables. And I think that's because every time for each variable it's going through, it does the sort and group by function. So right here. And that's computationally expensive. It takes quite a while to run. But the thing is, I have the data for all tickers, all data, all stock market data. So all tickers that have been in the market since 2011. During the time period, if they got removed or added to the market, it includes those, and it includes all price, open, high, low, close, and volume for every single day for all of these stocks. And so that's a big giant data file. And so what I need to do is group by account symbol. I can't do this. It would take even longer if I did it individually for each ticker. So I need to group by the tickers, but this group by operation is computationally intensive. And so I need to do something where I group by once, and then I apply the transformations. So this was inefficient. This file does everything, but it only uses a single class to generate the features. And so this is much faster. You can see if I run, let me see, clean tests. Let me make sure the right test is on. But if I do clean tests, yeah, so test feature engine, it's adding all of the possible features I have. Just a sec. So Python 3 clean tests.py. And it doesn't take very long. So it takes under a minute. And then out of this will pop a plot of all the features. So what I need to do now is figure out how to add all of the possible features I want. Now what I could do, the problem here is things aren't really well organized. So there's these, which are using pandas rolling, but basically I need to figure out how do I flexibly implement features. So that's my mission here. So I'm going to give this to Google Gemini and see what it says. Oh, real quick, let me put a comment in the chat. Okay, good. All right, so now, let me pull up. Okay, so this, I was using my other user, so I'm going to run out of stuff pretty quick. So I'm going to open a new one. Okay, see, here's the output of the script I just ran. So we're getting all of these features. Everything looks like it works except for beta, and that's because I'm getting the S&P returns wrong. I can just leave beta out for now and worry about that later. If I'm having trouble implementing that, I could just leave it out of the model for now, because this is all things that I want to calculate. So yeah, that's basically it. Where did my internet tab go? Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we can go to, and this is the data I'm using. So PostNoPreference has these databases. They're SQL databases. It's on DoltHub, and with DoltHub you can, Dolt is basically a tool you can use on your computer, so you can put these databases locally onto your computer, and then you could do everything. All right, so let's go Google AI Studio. And I want to change my account so that I get a bunch of requests. The attached screenshot shows all features and targets I want to integrate into my model. I originally started doing this in features.py, but this was slow and computationally expensive because I had to perform a pandas group by operation inside of every feature. I wrote feature engine.py to make this more streamlined. However, highlighted in green are variables, features / targets, which have been integrated. Blah, blah, blah. I wrote feature engine.py to make this more streamlined. However, and targets which need to be calculated. Finally, assess whether it would be just as efficient to pass the grouped data frame into the classes in features.py. I would prefer this because it is more readable. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so, oh no, that's the comment I put into the chat. So let's go get this now. And then I need to upload features.py and featureengine.py. Okay, now let's see what it says. I'm gonna go make some decaf real quick. Let me pull this up and make it smaller. Okay, so let's read through what it says. It's not going to be thousands of small Python objects. Oh, and the model is calculating it. Okay. Let me put some music on. If you have any suggestions for music I should listen to, let me know. I'll never stop. Never stop. Keep going. Alright, so let's add these in. And I'm gonna never stop. Trying to run a billion up until my ankle pop. Yeah. That you never thought. Bring tears to my eyes. I just wanna see my dog ball 7 figures. Rich and it curves me ever since I got success on the image. Delta of delta. What is that? That's not incorporated anywhere. It don't matter to me. I'm living my second life. It's amazing. Worker. Fuck the pop star after I got my dreads braided. 20% of my vein, I'm ripping right out to shades. When I'm rapping, cause I'm raging. Try to follow the formula, but you won't take it. They ain't related. They're fucking up my relations. Good management. Rico basement. I was sit back programming my brain. I was in training. I don't feel the greatest, but I feel gracious. I thank God every day. I don't feel basic. Home invasions. till the jet was in the sky. Oh yeah. Nobody to notice till the jet was in the sky. Okay, then I have to give it clean tests. Eyes. Okay, so now I need to revise this timeline plan because so this was originally February 11th. It's the 14th. I'm not close to finishing it, so I'm going to give myself until February 21st. Now, working model ready. I'm going to give myself until March 14th. And then this will get revised to April 14th. Because once I have a model, I'll be ready to test by April 14th. And then on April 14th, go live. Pull up with a stick, pull up with a stick, pull up with a pink toe. Broken, can't be fixed. Since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Feature engine, feature request. Shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them sheen, Feature engine. Feature request. Good. Oh, no, not D. I got 2 beans on my pockets. 10, 12 shit. Test new features. So I'll just call that test feature engine 2. Then she got seasick. Okay, so first I need to make sure these are being calculated the same way. So now let's run that script. Okay, now turn this one off, turn this one on. Pull up with a stick, pull up with a stick, Okay, so I'm not going to finish the model probably today, but I could give myself February 15th and give myself till alright, so is this the same? Gap size, what should that look like? So gap size should be big when there's a big drop and basically nothing when nothing's happening. Gap size isn't a lagged feature. The Carter 4. Wow, man. Alright, so what's the assessment to make on those? I think it looks fine. So let's, yeah, now we can run this. Suicide doors. Proud of what I am. Bitch, I'm Uncle Sam. No shortcuts. I put my shades on. Time is money. I'm an hour past pay. Gunpowder in my hourglass. Then some flour in them powder bag. I'm on a natural high, but I am perfect. Some of us are lovers. Most of y'all haters. So love or hate me. I stay hate free. They say we learn from mistakes, well that's why they mistake me. I got some weight on my shoulders. To me it's like feathers. All hail Wheezy. Call it bad weather. I stick to the script. Yeah, I memorize the lines. Cut the bullshit out. I'm ample with the scissors. Life is a choice, and death is a decision. Times have changed, but fuck it, get a new watch. That's not what I wanted. Why is it rewriting this? See y'all dead meat, and me, I'm just a butcher. I do it for the money. Man, I am such a hooker, and freedom was my girl until they fucking took her. You can look into the future. No, I can barely see that. You don't need a bus passing me to bust your ass. So green, we need something that will pop. We can do a red line. It's white. Oh, we could just change alpha, take that out. Young moolah baby, young moolah baby, I've been gone too long. True or false, right or wrong? Hello, Weezy, welcome home, yeah. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. Okay, does this make sense? So the slope is trending down and then flat. This is basically flat. It's negative, but it's not getting any better. When it jumped up here, it got better, then it falls down again. At numbers and figures apart. All right, so once I ensure there's no data leakage, we'll have these things added, and then once I have all these added, I'm good to go into the model. Now I have to make sure these two tests still work. But if it goes each day, Yeah, the old king is dead. Long live the king. Okay, that makes sense. Reason I can't explain. I know St. Peter will call my name. Cavalry choirs singing. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I just want to be done with these. I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I said too much. Said enough. Too much. That I heard you crapping. Thought that I heard you sing. Okay, so the question is, why am I getting this error? Is this Gemini Pro? Hello, hello, it's me. When you leave, my colors way too gray. Okay, I'm gonna change this back. Okay, then in clean tests. Oh, I didn't save that. You are my light in the dark, you are. Be by your side. Come on. I don't know how. I don't know why. In the night. Let me look. I need a new portrait to do. Okay. Here's the output from test one. Is this still working is the question. Looks good except for beta. Everything looks the same. Okay, now we can test the second one. And finally, let's check. Do these features make sense? I'm looking in here for a good portrait. So later today, I'm going to do a stream where I paint a portrait. And I need something good. Let me know if you have any ideas of a portrait I should paint. This guy could be good. That looks kind of interesting. Okay, we got the features. So the slope rank is going to be hard to tell. I really think I might have to calculate these guys by hand or go through the code line by line to make sure it makes sense. So it starts out bowl based on this, then it goes flat because it drops down. It fluctuates between flat and bare. So let's do a 5-day regime. That's not really useful. What if we do a 50-day regime? Slope, z-score, RSI, sum, trend slope. Slope, z-score, RSI, sum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Believe in your lies. I've reached my rate limit. Alright, let's switch to my... I could switch to the other user, but alright, let's look again. So we're making all of these columns, which I don't want to make. What's today? 2/14. Let me change this first features test. I don't want any alpha in the price line. I don't wanna be another one. Okay, so that's going to be the thing to fix in the next stream. But for now, that's it. So I'll do another stream maybe later today or maybe tomorrow. Subscribe if you thought this was interesting. Join the Discord, which is in the description. And go to the GitHub, which is also in the description, if you want to use this code, and start if you think it's useful. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Adios.